their life in the area. When you're on a mission, especially a 3-day mission, a lot of times you're usually not in a good, comfortable position for those 3 days because there's not a lot of terrain to work with. A lot of times what we're doing is IED interdiction, so explosive device interdiction. So the bad guys would dig holes on the side of the road, put these bombs in, explosives, and wait for trucks to come and blow them up. So insert yourself into an area to where you can get good eyes on and observe that intersection where multiple IEDs have been in place. There's not a lot of ways to disguise yourself. So what we'd have to do is we would have to dig holes just a few inches down, and then we would take rocks and other stuff around us, bushes, and kind of place them around it so that it didn't look like a giant hole. And we would make a little lane in there so that we could have our gun, our scope, and observe, a little observation post. Sometimes we would take occupied houses where people lived in them, families lived in them, because they had a certain window on the second floor that had good eyes on this certain intersection in the town we wanted to see. That was always a weird feeling, going into somebody's house that's occupied at 2 a.m, knocking on the door, knocking on the window, and you just hold your pistol up and be like, we're coming in. And they got no choice. We would tell the family basically, hey, you can move around your house, do your day-to-day business. You just can't leave the confinements of your compound while we're there. After the first couple times doing that, I realized it was very difficult with the language barrier. And we never had an interpreter really assigned to us in Iraq. Afghan, we did a lot. Basically, I wrote out on a notepad like an entry statement for these houses. And it said, hey, we are U.S. Marines. We're going to use your house for a mission. We'll be here no longer than the mission requires. We will treat you with respect. Please treat us with respect. Please bring us any weapons or ammunition or cell phones that you may have. If you have sick or wounded, please let us know. And that was about it. I put that on a piece of paper and had it written in Arabic. I had compassion for the local civilians. It wasn't their fault. They weren't the enemy. So we tried to treat them with as much respect as we could.